Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of 20 Sides of Failure play Curse of Strahd. I am just a humble librarian, taking a book off the shelf and flicking through the pages. But the people in front of me are the characters that we shall meet, and it is only right that they get to introduce themselves. Starting in the top left corner, we have our paladin.
Hello. I am Naren Nightingale, and I will be playing Aurora Rose, who is trying to morale boost right now.
Alright then. So, next to them, we have our multi-classing barbarian cleric.
Hi everyone, I'm English Ray. I play the Barbar cleric, a miracle. Oh, please, say be a bit more sober when you bring up the conversation again.
And next to them, we have the human artificer.
Hello, I am Dusky B. I play Jack with his left-hand mechanical man king. Plans coming together? It's going good.
Someone whose plans might not be coming together is our druid.
Hello everybody, this is your friendly neighborhood Ness here, and I play the Furbolg druid Sonder Elwood, who is anxious about everyone and everything, and is just trying to keep his head on straight, and it's not going very well.
Next in line, we have our sorcerer.
Hello everyone, my name's Mythical, and I play Saya Sombra, the Shadow Elven Sorcerer, and I make no promises of Saya being sane this session, once again. So bear with this poor, angsty teenage elf.
And finally returning to us, we have our rogue.
Hi everybody, I'm Sorrow playing as Zazel, so I've been gone for a while. I absolutely know what's going on and come back to steer the party right because they're lost without me.
Of course. So, last session, the party woke up in Vallaki and decided that there were a couple of things that they needed to do before going on to anything serious. One of them was disguising Irina, which was relatively successful. Only Jack noticed who Malaka was, and Malaka spent the entire day bonding with the party and buying new clothes and just actually able to have a normal day for once in her life. Between going to the dress shop to check on the wedding dress that the party had commissioned, they also went to see the Lady Watcher. With a little bit of discussion, a little bit of persuasion, they now have a written scroll with her signature and her wax seal, essentially saying that we have access to the Burgomaster whenever we need it and whenever we want it. Recollecting back at the tavern, the group shared in their experiences for the day. Jack and Malaka went to explore the town and what it had to offer, while frank conversations were had over a glass of wine. Some people walked off, some people had conversations, but where we are picking up is still into the evening, where a dance is beginning to form. Now, if I remember correctly, you are the one that is wanting to essentially lead this, Aurora.
Yeah, just for the first dance, get everybody the feel for the steps.
Okay. This is too slow for what I'm wanting. Although it is quite fun clicking on songs I've not listened to yet and been like, what these? Again, too slow. Anyway, so you are standing up, leading people into... There is an open-ish section of the tap room. A lot of this open area is taken up with tables. But at the very least, you can get this central area in, and it's, in fairness, not too bad. There's a couple of people about. There's a couple of people that you notice taking drinks. As the evening goes on, more and more people arrive. But a little bit of soft music begins to play in the background as you see Erwin stepping out of the back kitchen and coming out with a little fiddle that he begins to just play in the background as some ambient music.
Yay!
I would like to join Erwin in playing some music.
Okay.
Because if I recall correctly, Sonder was like, yeah, I'll provide the tunes so I don't have to dance. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Except Aurora was straight up over there like, yeah, we're taking turns.
Ha 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 ha.
Well, at the very least, Irina does step up to join in the dance and does turn essentially to gesture at everyone at the table, being like, come on, let's go.
Jack, get up. He isn't willing to make a buffoon out of himself.
Come on, the whole point is just dance, have fun. Who cares if you mess up or if you miss a step? Just have fun.
Yeah, Sonder's just gonna be over by Erwin, setting up his dulcimer and just kind of carrying along the tune that he plays, just kind of like following along, letting him set the pace, giving everybody a smile and a thumbs up.
I think there is a moment, Amira, where Irina does look at you and kind of like extends a hand.
What?
Do you want to dance?
Why not? She'll just take the hand and stand up.
She smiles like a wide, genuine smile as you take her hand. She pulls you up into one of the few clear areas. It's a little bit closer to the front door, but it's the best space that you've got.
Okay.
And with that, drinks are poured. And the music begins. I'm going to need a performance check from Sonder, as you are performing with the dulcimer.
Yes.
And then
Let's
for
hope I don't
everyone
mess up.
else, I will give you the choice of whether it is just a straight dexterity check, of you're trying just to not fall over your own feet, or it's a performance of you really trying to go for it and have a little bit of a flair to what you're doing.
What if you're just trying to have fun?
I mean,
Both are acceptable.
both are acceptable then. Like, you roll whatever you think. So it's
Did you say dexterity
dexterity.
or performance?
So it's dexterity if you're literally just trying to not trip over your feet. It's performance if you're putting a little bit of a flair into it, and then it's as long as you can justify the stat, I will take whatever you give me for a dance. But it's got to make sense.
Also, Aurora would pull Saya into it, because if I remember right, Saya went downstairs with Jack last week, too.
Fair enough, yeah. Well, Saya has rolled a performance.
Dang.
So, I will say, for the sake of, like, just rules, Saya, you're not drunk. The worst you got from the wine was tipsy. So now that you've had time on your own, you've probably sobered up. So we got a 9.
She's not really much of a dancer, in all honesty.
Oh,
She
that's fair.
tries, but
So we've got a 15 from Irina, we got a 9 from Saya, a 7 from Amira, a 14 from Aurora, a 14 from Jack, to be fair. So, Sonda, you are very happy that your dulcimer is kind of being covered up by Owen's fiddle and then the sounds of, like, ambient tavern going on around you. This is not your best work.
No, he's a little too anxious, so he, like, takes the hammer of the dulcimer and kind of hits a few notes a little bit too hard, and just kind of wincing a little bit, but he's like, it's fine, everything's fine, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Amira, there's definitely a moment of you were prepared for a completely different dance, and then Aurora starts ringing you around in a circle, and you're like, wait, what? This is not... Wait, what? So, you're doing your best to keep up and catch up, but there are definitely a couple of stumbles.
Approved.
Yeah, this is not Barovia approved. What the fuck is this? And then, for Saya, your mind is obviously occupied elsewhere, and while you're trying to put your best foot forward, there are definitely some stumbles and definitely some misplaced feet. But between Irina, Aurora, and Jack, the circle is able to at least keep some integrity. And there's definitely some, like, claps from the outside of the circle. There's definitely, what's it called? Like, people that are drinking in the tavern, like, a couple of people clap their hands when the dance ends. Some people, like, lift up a cup to, like, give a bit of a cheers. Danica and Erwin, like, give you all a bit of a smile.
with, like, I would say with, like, the few stumbles after the dance ends, Saya's just gonna be like, I'm done, I can't. She's gonna, like, try to sink away off to the side.
Well, I guess it's the thing of, if you're just moving out of the way to sit down, you don't need to make a roll, but if you're genuinely trying to be unseen, then that's stealth.
Yep.
For the 14.
I was a natural 8.
So in fairness, some of the people in the party don't notice that you've gone, but Amira and Sonda would notice that you slip away. And actually, what is Irina's past perception? That's a very good question. Oh, she would notice that you've gone as well. But she doesn't say anything. She, like, just kind of gives you a smile in your direction to be like, no, that's fair enough. If you want to go sit down, not going to force you. So then I guess the question is there going to be another dance? Are people swapping out? Are people sitting down? This is really being led by you guys. It's whatever you want to do with this moment.
Aurora, for her part, would look around to the others, just like, do you want to go again? Like, I'm up for going again, but this is more for everybody else here.
I want to see Sonda dance, so if you want to hand me your dulcimer, I can try playing that if you want to try dancing.
So, you see, I have 2 left feet.
I've also never played dulcimer before, so we're on equal footing here.
I have 2 right feet. We're gonna be fine. Let's go.
Oh.
The point's just to have fun. Come on.
I can try.
You'll do just fine, Sandra.
I just don't want to hurt anybody if I accidentally step on them.
Well, in that case, then like I'll dance with you because I can heal myself. So come on.
He'll just very nervously like point. He'll like give Jack a couple pointers, like this is thing, like blah 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 blah. Please don't break it.
He's gonna try to take this crash course.
I mean, you can still do a performance check with it, but you're not proficient with it.
No.
You're just not proficient with the dulcimer, so do with that as you like.
Please. Better than Saunter. You'd be like, oh well, there goes my job. Saundra will just very nervously, like, follow Amira, and just be like, so, I don't, how do I do this?
Just try to keep to the beat.
I'll try.
We got this. Are you gonna make us roll again?
Yes, because this is a whole new dance.
I mean, I want to see how Jack rolls playing the dulcimer.
I'm gonna try my best.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
I'm also, for the fucking sake of it, I'm gonna burn one of my Flash of Genius
Oh, you
to add 5 to this.
fucker.
Oh. 14 into a 19.
It's a fucking dirty 20 right there. Holy shit.
You guys are so good at dancing.
This one moment. There we go. So,
Jesus Christ.
to describe the rolls, because we have like a 19 for the playing the dulcimer, and then we have a 26, a 20, and a 22 for the people dancing. Other than Irina, who got a 7, I'll say that there's this full whiplash moment where the whole room knows that Jack can't play the dulcimer, and then he starts playing it beautifully, and there's this full moment of whiplash where Irina's like, wait, what the fuck? That she actually just fully like trips over her own feet as she's being dragged like around in a circle. It was like she's so stunned by the dulcimer that she doesn't realise that she was meant to start moving, and there's a full jerking moment of like, oh well, yep, I'm moving now. And it kind of throws her off for the rest of the dance. But everyone else is making up for it. And while she looks a little bit ungainly, you all make up for it in at least a little bit of a way.
Saya's just watching and just I think she's on the verge of laughing slightly. And she just kind of, like, puts her head to the side as to, like, not show that she may be laughing at Irina and Jack and everyone.
Saundra is definitely impressed with his own, dancing, I guess, is the correct way to put it.
Yeah.
He just kind of, like, laughs a little bit, like, incredulously, just like, holy shit, oh wait, I'm doing it, oh god, okay, maybe I'm actually okay at this.
See, your 2 left feet and my 2 right feet. It worked out.
He'll just give Amira, like, a big, like, beaming smile. It's kind of like the lightest that he's looked in a couple days, where he just looks so incredibly happy. Like his braid is kind of like whirring around his head, and his tail is just flicking in the air, and he's laughing and kind of looking at everybody with like this very soft expression on his face, where he's just fully enjoying himself.
But the dance finishes. To be fair, with how well that you've done, people actually buy you like a round of wine. So you get free wine on the house for the entertainment. And someone actually
Hell
comes
yeah,
up to
free
you,
wine,
Jack,
that's
and
cool.
gives you a silver as like a tip for your playing.
Jack will look confused because he's never done this before.
Yeah.
You don't need to do this. We're just doing this to have some fun.
For you, it's fun. For us, it's entertainment. And just pressures the money into your hand.
Fair enough. Thank you.
After we're all done dancing, Sandra just comes up to Jack with this very proud smile on his face. He's just like, I can't believe you did it! That was beautiful! You're not lying to me, right? You've never done this before.
I have never touched this thing before in my life. You gave me a crash course, and I just kind of went with it.
Well, it was absolutely beautiful. You did a fantastic job.
About you. You said you couldn't dance.
He gets a little shy. A small blush kind of like reddens his cheeks as he just shyly scratches the back of his neck. I haven't danced before. It was very nice though. I would be partial to trying it again at some point.
It'd be fantastic to see. Glad you liked it.
And if you ever need to, you can borrow my dulcimer anytime you want, if you want to practice.
Everyone might pick that up.
What's there a saying about being a jack of all trades?
The master of none, but
Better than a master of one.
that's debatable.
No, that's the full saying.
Yeah, but it's still debatable.
Sonder just kind of shrugs and pulls Jack into like a loose side hug. Well, I think you did fantastic. And it's always nice to have somebody else besides me and Aurora playing music now and again.
Can't leave you guys have all the fun with that.
It does mean I do need to find a different instrument. I'll see if anybody has a flute lying around.
Fair enough. He's gonna just hand the dulcimer back. Don't know how to maintain this though. If you can keep a hold of it, that'd be fantastic.
I can always teach you. I know we have a game of cards set up for tonight, so maybe a different time. But if you let me, he just kind of like cracks his knuckles. I can teach you all of the basics on how to restring it, how to maintain it, how to oil it, all of that.
That would be fantastic. Whenever we have some free time,
And maybe
quite like how we have tonight.
Hmm.
I would love some lessons.
I would also like some lessons on how to help take care of King as well. I know I'm not the best with metal and machinery, but he's still one of us, and I would like to help take care of him if I can.
Nice to have someone else who can get his hands dirty on that.
Just kind of gives Jack a smile. So I have a bit of an interesting question.
Shoot away.
Is King just all machinery, or can he think and feel for himself?
That is a tricky question, because yes and no. For the most part, yes, he is primarily just machinery, but there's a little bit of contingencies in place where you can fill in the blanks on commands. like earlier, last time we were here, whenever we told King to get Irina and get out, he just kind of, to put it bluntly, grabbed her like a sack of luggage and got out.
I guess that's fair. I was just wondering if he ever gets a little bit lonely.
That one I'd say no. The whole emotional side, we wanted to stay away from that one.
Understandable.
That can get a little, iffy on ethics whenever you start adding things like emotions.
I don't know much about homunculi, but, they're a bit tricky, to make and to take care of properly, and sometimes things don't exactly go correctly, and there can build a lot of resentment there. So I completely understand why you kind of kept your hands away from it.
Kept it to a simpler just construct and not. Well, it'd be nice. It could backfire.
And we don't want anyone to get hurt. I was just wondering, because can King play cards with us?
We're gonna find out.
I think that'd be a very interesting sight.
Technically speaking, it's just giving parameters to follow a function to try to win, so I don't see why he couldn't.
I'm going to be so proud of him if he beats everybody.
I'm gonna be proud of myself if he beats everyone.
Well, then I will be proud of both of you. But I think it's best if we have a bit of a bite to eat, rest a little bit, and then crack out that band of cards. I don't really have a lot of money to bet, so I don't think we're doing that currently.
No, we're not betting.
Good.
This is just gonna be friendly games.
What if we bet the last potato skin? Would that work?
That is a hefty offer you're saying right now.
Just shrugs. Potatoes are very versatile and they're very lovely. So,
I'm alright with that.
just smiles and gestures a bit towards the table. I still have to pack my dulcimer away, but you can go inform the others that we have a potato skin bet on the line for whoever can win the game. Just, he tries to smile like mischievously, but it looks very strange on him. It doesn't look natural at all, but he's trying very hard.
We'll let everyone know we're gonna play cards and we're betting some potato skins.
May the best one win.
Because you're stood next to him, Owen hears you talking about food and puts the fiddle away so that he can go into the back room to just get stuff ready, as he is the chef after all.
That's so fair.
At that point, then, could I just kind of point out to Saya, it's like, didn't you still have clothes to pick up tonight from the tailor?
Yeah, I guess I do.
We can do that real quick before cards start.
Okay. She kind of looks at Amira like as if she's asking permission to go with Aurora. Just
Aurora.
from the last time. Yeah, I almost called you Artemis.
When you realize you're muted.
Rev.
She would just look at you, like, confused slightly. Why are you looking at me like that?
No reason.
You don't need my permission. I'm not her keeper.
Just that you were yelling at me before, and maybe you think I'm gonna kill Aurora
never
somewhere.
yelled. I didn't yell at you. You yelled at me, but I didn't yell at you.
Okay,
I just
so
spoke firmly to you.
so we'll go grab a clothes, and we'll be back in time for a game of cards. We'll be back before it starts. Okay.
All right.
And she's gonna like grab Saya by the wrist, like the eager, innocent, like sweet gesture and everything, just like drag her out, like let's go. We gotta be quick.
She's like, okay.
You just hear a "Be safe" as the door closes from Sonder.
Oh, Sandra.
Quick thumbs up from Aurora. It's like the gap of the closing door. You know, it is fully just like a let's go pick this up and everything. No, not really like, and she's not intending chit chat. It's just the thing of like, oh, you have this on order. Let's get that taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if there is anything you want to say, now is the time.
Aurora would do a little bit of extra shopping while we're there. I just sent you a message for it.
Okay.
Would that be like 5 silver or a little bit more for what she's wanting?
The dress...
She already paid for the dress.
The dress is already paid for, that's fair. Okay. No, to be fair, the woman would get that up and say, well, we already have the shirt available, it's just a little bit of embroidery, so if you're wanting that, that's just like 2 copper. It's not expensive at all. You're just praying for the thread at that point.
Perfect. So I'd like that, please.
Yeah. I'll get it done for you tonight, and you can pick it up tomorrow morning.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
And then, yeah, say the dress that the clothes that you wanted anyway, are given to you.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
You have your clothes.
Oh, okay. You cut out and I heard, like, clothes, and I'm like, what?
You've got them. They're there in your hands.
Yay! Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alright then. So, yeah, that is a really quick order. It takes you probably about 30 minutes to go there and then get back to the tavern. Just because of walking across the length of town.
Okay.
So, is there anything that anyone wishes to do just in that really quick 30 minutes while they're gone?
think Jack would help in the kitchen for any type of food orders, as well as to help make the potato skins that they're going to be betting with.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough. Done. I think Irina, because she's still technically using the disguise of Malaka, is going to sit at the table pretending that she doesn't know the bartender as well as she does. But yeah, essentially the ladies get back from their clothes shopping. Go on, Sandra. Go on. No, I'm jumping the gun.
Sandra would just be talking to Malarka like he doesn't know who she is, but he's not doing a very good job of it. He's just like, oh, what's your favorite color, and what's your favorite thing to eat, and just like basic random questions.
It does get to a point where she just puts her hand over yours, Sonder, and just gives it like a squeeze with a little bit of a what's it called? With a little bit of like a small smile of like a "it's okay, buddy."
He just kind of gives her a very grateful look of like, oh, thank fucking God I can drop this act. And he just like, just immediately perks back up and is like whispering to her basically that like Aurora did a fantastic job and he honestly didn't notice, and that her acting is impeccable.
And just she just chuckles at that. It's like, you are a very, very special person, and just like fluffs the top of your head.
He'll just give her a variation too, and just kind of like gives her hand a squeeze. I'm very glad that we met you. You're an amazing friend.
And like, she puts her hand to her chest, and is like, there's a very like head tilt and a smile, just like, oh, I appreciate meeting you too, Sonder. It's a rare thing to meet new people and then build a genuine connection for them here.
I can imagine. Especially if people are trying to leave as fast as possible. That's not a lot of room for making new friends.
Well, it's either you...
Once that last...
It's either you're born here, or you turn up here, and you're either assimilated to life here, like Azazel, or you try to escape. Not really much in between.
That really doesn't leave a lot of room. Especially if everybody is more on their toes. Definitely hard to make friends when you're not sure if you can trust people. But I know it's weird and a bit backwards, I guess, of me to say this, but I'm glad that I got to meet you, and I'm really glad that we're friends, and I can't wait to be friends with you some more, and go in forage and pick out flowers with you, and talk about things, and be around you. I think you're really great. And he just kind of like ducks his head a little, like a curtain of hair kind of covering his face as he's just like, oh God.
Oh, Sonder. And she like scoots her chair closer to yours and wraps an arm like around your waist and goes for like a bit of a side hug, but as soon as she does it, you both kind of realize how much taller than her you are, and it's just her kind of burying her head into the side of your chest.
Yeah. He'll kind of just like turn his torso like in the chair to just give her a full hug.
And I think that's probably what both Jack's gonna serve you your food, because Erwin just kind of gives you your plates to be like, and you can take this back to your table.
Well, thank you very much. If you need any other assistance, do let me know. I'm not half bad in the kitchen.
I can tell. And he looks down at, like, the plates that you're carrying.
I had to cook a few times. It's a useful skill.
And then I think, at the same time that Jack is bringing those out, you come back in with your clothing order. I'll say that you've had enough time to go upstairs and leave it in your room if you want to. Yeah. Essentially, anyone that wants to participate in cards can do. But it's genuinely up to you. And if you think, no, my character wouldn't want to go with cards, they're just going to go to bed, that's fair enough.
Sonder is ready to eat that fucking potato skin.
Jack
I
just
would participate.
Everybody else talks so much.
All I heard was pretty much everyone saying that they were going to play cards. Well, fine then. I'll make it easier. Who doesn't want to play cards? No one. Beautiful. Okay, so...
We're all playing cards.
all playing cards. So, I would like you all to roll D100s for me.
Wait,
are Aurora and Saya even back yet?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. I was away at that moment, so.
Okay. So we got one from Irina. I'm just waiting for...
jeez, okay.
I'm just waiting for a roll from Jack. Because I think they're the only one that hasn't
I
rolled.
did roll it, for some odd reason said Asher's.
Ah! Interesting. Potentially you're
What'd I
clicking
do?
on the Azazel
I
token.
didn't roll. What'd I do?
You didn't do anything,
Did I
bud. You're
click on
fine.
me?
Apparently.
Not that I was aware of.
How dare you?
Okay then.
This you, my apologies.
How dare you?
So it is Sonda that actually wins the first round.
Ha ha ha.
With a luck roll beating everyone else's.
Sandra will just very, very happily pick up one of the potato skins and put it on his plate and just... I didn't know I had it in me again, but hey, I did it and you didn't cheat this time. Just points to Jack.
Just if I win does not mean I cheated that round.
He just gives Jack like a lopsided grin as he bites into the potato skin and just gives him a thumbs up. Just, it's really good.
Alright then, I'm gonna clear the text log and everyone roll another D100. There we go. So Sonda wins again. No, he doesn't. Just Pip to the post. Sonda, you think that you win. You genuinely think that you have the best hand known to man. Like, there's nothing that can beat it. And then Aurora puts down her hand, and it just Pips yours.
He just kind of like claps Aurora on the back, just like with a big smile, like, ah, that was so close. We were neck and neck.
And that was good. I didn't expect that I would actually I didn't think I'd actually beat you. She will, however, give her winnings to Sonder.
That's not how the game works.
No, but it's my winning. I can do what I want with it, right?
He kind of gives her a flat, like, unimpressed look, but she can see, like, the mischief behind his eyes as he just tears it in half and gives the other half back to her.
She'll just take it. All right. I guess that's acceptable then.
Plus, I don't want to be hogging all of Jack's great food. I want everybody to at least try some.
I'm sure.
No. It should go to whomever, wins it.
Yes, but I want everybody to have a fair chance. And I don't want to hog all of it. I've tasted your food on the road before, and that was very special, and will always be very special to me. Now I want everybody else to have a chance, because your cooking is amazing. Just kind of elbows him a little bit in the ribs.
Well, if they want to taste my food, they gotta get better at cards. If I want to eat my own food, I gotta get better at cards.
Sonder will just kind of like stick his tongue out at Jack a little bit and just be like, fine then. I see how it is.
Aurora just grin and quietly start eating on her half of the potato skin.
Mm-hmm. Another hand is dealt. Everyone roll a D100. And this time, it's a mirror.
I love how Saunders the runner-up of every other round.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that I'm burning all of my luck now.
But again, Sonder, you
know
think
what
you
the
have
thing
it.
about all of this is?
Go on.
Amira,
I have
Amira
proficiency. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Go
No, you go
first,
ahead.
Mira.
No, you go.
I was gonna say I have proficiency in gaming set. I would think cards is in that, and it's not.
Well, normally you pick
Oh,
the gaming
continue.
set before you start, so it's either dice or cards or chess. Like, normally you pick it before the game even starts.
Then we're good.
Fair enough. So, Sonder, you think you've got it, and then Amira puts down their hand, and it trumps yours by a good bit.
Amira doesn't even register that she's won because nobody has explained this game to her.
Alright now. Amira, you've just won, so you get to take
Wait,
a potato
what?
skins. That's a flush. None of us beats that.
Oh. Okay. She just like takes the skin. Nobody has explained this game to me.
There's a lot of rules and a lot of different hands, so it'd be half the night just trying to explain everything.
Okay.
Maybe the next time we're going from place to place, Jack can give you some pointers and tell you the rules about it.
Would be great.
Because even though you don't know how to play, I think you're doing a fantastic job so far.
I have no idea. Just
Well-
eats the potato skin. Is like,
Does give you a bit of advantage because if you don't know what you got, don't have any tails.
okay.
Alright then, one final roll. For the final potato skin.
Saya really is really bad at cards.
Yeah, Irina hasn't rolled above a 25. All of her hands have been, like, pretty shocking. And this one especially so. She just like has like a 2 as her high card, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, Amira, you put your hand down and not knowing the rules, someone's putting another potato skin on your plate.
Wait, that again?
Yes, you did.
I like this game.
Sandra will just kind of like pat Amir on the back, like, see, you're getting the hang of it. You're doing great.
Thanks.
How late is it in the night, would you say, when we're done with cards?
I'd say that it's definitely evening, but because you settled down like late afternoon, there's probably like still some hours of the day left, but it is definitely heading towards nighttime.
Gotcha. Okay. So we still have some room for shenanigans if we want to do anything.
Just a couple of little shenanigans.
Just a little bit of shenanigans, not like too much. We don't want to go crazy here. I unfortunately don't have anything besides my plant that is of note, so...
You guys continue the shenanigans. I'm gonna head up before nearly night. I got some things I'm gonna work on.
Oh, alright. Are you doing okay?
I'm doing fine. I'm starting up a project. It's gonna be alright.
Saunders' shoulders will kind of like deflate a little bit. Just like he was a bit worried. But seeing as you're just, going to work on your thing, he gives you a small nervous smile and a thumbs up. Just don't stay up too late, okay?
I believe we're in the same room, so I'm doing my best not to keep you up.
Well,
I'm
also
rooming with
just
Saya,
think we'll do
actually.
our best not to wake you up.
Fair enough. Never mind.
Yeah, me and Saya are sharing a room.
Well, in that case, when I come up to bed, I will try not to wake you up.
I appreciate it, but I'm still gonna be up.
Okay.
Try not to keep you up this night.
I grew up in a Vistani camp.
That's
I
fine.
can sleep pretty much for everything.
How will we all go to bed at the same time? That way nobody wakes anybody up. No? Okay. That was a stupid idea. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm in my own room, so I was gonna go up and draw for a little bit before I fell asleep. But
Just nervously scratches the back of his head as he just kind of looks to the floor like, right, yeah, totally.
Saya just kind of looks down and just goes, I don't need as much sleep as most of you guys do, anyway. It doesn't take me long. I'm usually up before all of you are, anyway.
What do you usually do before everybody else rises?
Not much. Just kind of keep to myself. Usually sit down here and just think to myself.
If you ever want, I can teach you how to make friendship bracelets. It's a very easy way to pass the time, and it doesn't require a lot of work. It's just tying knots.
Saya's just kind of looking at Sonder, like, what's a friendship bracelet?
Well, usually, they're small corded bracelets, that you braid or knot into interesting designs, based on the colors, or if you have any beads or charms you want to add to them. And you can either make one for yourself, because you like how it looks, or you can make one for somebody else. As long as you get the correct measurements for their wrist or their ankle or their neck, wherever you want the jewelry to sit, really. And then you tie a bunch of knots along the cord, and then you give it to somebody, and you go, hey, I thought of you, so I made this for you. Or they can ask you for one if they want one specifically made by you. Granted, I haven't done it in a while, but it's not that hard.
Oh, maybe sometime, but I'll keep it in mind.
He just gives Saya a small smile and, like, ruffles her hair a little bit, like, underneath the hood of the cloak. You can ask me anytime.
Mm.
But if it's all the same to you, I think I'll stay down here and nurse a little bit of wine before I go upstairs, so...
Okay. And she just kind of puts her hand on Saunders' shoulder and then goes up with her clothes. Might as well change into new ones. Well, I guess, okay, not change into the new ones just yet, but get them ready for changing into them for the next day.
Fair enough. I think Irina, to be fair, will excuse herself from the table with pretty much similar things of, it's getting late. I want to get a good night's sleep. I'll see you all in the morning. But as she leaves, she hugs you, Sonder, from behind. So she wraps her arms like around your shoulders and clasps them like at your chest and whispers in your ear, I would like a bracelet, please.
I fucking love her so much, oh my god. Sonder just immediately perks up and kind of, like, clasps, like, his hand around hers and, like, shimmies back and forth, like, happily. Like, his tail kind of wrapping around her leg and just, oh, I would love to. But what are your favorite colors? I'll see if I have any cord left.
And with that, like, she doesn't reply, but she just gives like an extra little squeeze of like compression around the shoulders, and then lets go to head up to her room.
So it's a surprise me then. I'll have to really think about this. Cassandra just takes a sip of wine and kind of, like, stares off a little bit into space, just being like, what colors do I think Irina would like?
I mean, that's up to you, in fairness. When you first met her, she was wearing, like, pretty bog-standard traveler's clothes with, like, a silver breastplate over the top. And she isn't wearing it anymore, but she used to wear, like, this quite elaborate red cape that I think after the group had the discussion of, we should probably have you blending in a bit more, she took it off. But you can zoom in on her character portrait. You can see, I think, the image of her there is her with the cloak still on.
Yeah, okay.
So that'll give you an idea of, like, her aesthetic.
Okay, so probably a bit of red, definitely a bit of silver, because she's quick-witted and has a sword that she can stab things with. And he'll do like a dark, like plum purple, as the second accent color. So the purple and the red are going to be like the main colors, and then the silver is going to be the accent color on the very top. And he's going to braid it so it looks like flowers, if that makes any sense. So like it's going to be the purple is going to be the center of the flower, and the dark red will be the petals, and then the silver is going to be like the quote-unquote like daisy chain connecting them. And he's just like, okay, so I think this is about how big her wrist is. She's got smaller wrists than I do, so I hope this fits. And he'll just work on that for a while.
Yeah. Just roll a general dexterity check for me, because this is a lot of intricate braiding that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that the pattern it does take you a little while, but the pattern by the end of it is pretty distinct. You're able to distinguish flowers.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, he'll just sit there at the table sipping his wine and making her the bracelet until he gets too tired and realizes that it's probably time to go to bed.
Fair enough. Okay. So you all head off to your rooms, heading to bed for the night. Some earlier than others, but a long rest does take you all. You wake up the next morning. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, before going for a long rest, Amira wanted to like open the windows and like pray in the moonlight.
Yeah, completely fine.
Just like sit and chill and just pray to Mother Midnight. Just because she hasn't done it in a while. Doubt she'll respond.
Make a religion check for me.
Nope, she ain't responding to me with that natural 2.
With a natural 2, nope, you feel nothing. No presence, no thoughts in your head. You don't see any signs out the window. It is a very quiet night.
Just grumble, grumble, flying, keep your secrets.
You only get responses in another campaign.
Yeah, if I was playing that character,
Yeah, too many.
Strahd would be fucked.
Red would just be like, you stink. And Deanne would just smite him like on the spot.
So, you all wake up the next morning. Feel free to take your own time to get ready, since technically you have no plans for today. I'd say that at some point, Aurora, there would be a knock on the door.
She'd obviously like head over and answer.
And it's Irina again. Like, this time, like, handing you back the dress that she was wearing the day before and smelling it like she has freshly laundered it. So she's giving it back to you clean. And then she's also wearing the clothing that she bought at the tailor. But it's essentially the same thing again of it's time to do my face.
Come on in. And yeah, get her inside, get her seated. And apparently not good this time. My luck ran out on the disguises.
Fair enough. So you go through the whole routine, doing the makeup, doing the hair, and we will see how it looks when you get outside. Because you're looking at it thinking that it's fine. Thank you for the reminder, Dusky. In fairness, Irina wouldn't have gone to bed that long after Jack, so it would have been quite easy for him to catch her and to do that before they go to bed.
Fantastic.
But yeah, you all make your way down to the tap room.
I would say Sonder is probably going to be the last one there, because he's, Saya would see, like, as she's, like, getting ready to leave, that Sonder is, like, wrapping the bracelet that he made her in some of the paper from his, like, big sketchbook that has, like, little flowers, like, doodled on the outside, and he sticks, like, a small card in with it and, like, ties it up really nicely.
Similarly, Sonder would also notice that Saya's in different clothes today. Never before seen new clothes.
Ooh, what do they look like?
I don't know. DM, what do they look like?
Oh my god.
Realistically, you pointed to a set of... Because if I remember correctly from what you told me last session, you essentially picked out a set of slightly more gothic travelers' clothing.
Yeah.
So it's this idea of you're no longer wearing the dress / robe that you were wearing beforehand, and it's now a little bit more practical, but it is definitely still on the gothic side. So it is black linen trousers that are tapered into the ankle, which are then put into, say, a shoes, with a not quite corseted, but it is definitely tailored and ribbed t-shirt that is very, very figure hugging, but it is this idea of, okay, some more practical clothing for walking around in the wilderness and not, oh, it's a flouncy dress with a cloak and hood. Although it does all colour match your cloak still.
Yeah.
Sonder would kind of like look up from drawing the flower petals and just, oh, I love your new clothes. They suit you very, very well.
Aurora brought them for me. She told me I could pick out what I wanted, and I wasn't expecting it, but I picked out this.
That was very sweet of her. I'm very glad that you got a little bit more practical clothing. Robes are not really easy to run around in, so it makes you just that much safer. And he kind of like nudges her softly with like his elbow, being like, I'm glad that you decided to be more practical about this. It makes me feel better.
He kind of looks at Sonder and goes, I don't really want anyone to know, but I was wondering if later tonight, after everyone goes to bed, would you mind staying up with me a little later so that we can make the friendship bracelet?
She would see like his face light up, So
Say's
he,
like wicked shy about it too. Like she's just like, oh god, you're smiling.
he would kind of like, seeing her being a little bit bashful, he kind of tones down the sunny disposition a little bit, and kind of just gives her a gentle smile, and like takes one of her hands, and like gives it a squeeze. Absolutely. I would love to show you how to make one. I have some cord in your colors perfectly, actually, which really fits. We're going to have a blast. Don't you worry. And just kind of like whispers, I won't tell anybody.
Oh.
Your secret is safe with me.
I think I'd like to make one for Caleb, but I would wear it, and I think I'd like to make one for Aurora too.
He just gives her a smile and an understanding nod. I think that is very sweet of you. It's always comforting to have a memorial piece for somebody that was important to you. He'll kind of like pick up the two chains that are hidden underneath his shirt, and he'll pull out like Queenie's locket and his own locket as well. I keep those who've fallen very close to me as well, so I understand the comfort. Just gives you a small smile.
I don't know what the past party members, I don't know what their colors or their wrists were like, so I don't even know if I could make any for them, but I thought I would just make one for Aurora.
I do believe Aurora said something about red, green, and gold being her colors, if I recall correctly. They had something to do with the god that she worships. And I just so happen to have a little bit of gold left, so we can definitely work on that. And as for your other party members, as long as you keep their memory with you, and you think of them, and you, I guess, I'm not sure if you're religious, but you can pray that they're doing all right in the afterlife. As long as you keep them in your heart, and you think about them, and you wish them well, they would appreciate it.
She kind of nods and just kind of looks at Sonder with like feeling comforted by him, and then just nods again and turns and just leaves this time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he'll let her go. He's a little bit giddy that he's finally making friendship bracelets again. He'll finish his little packaging for Irina, and he'll be down in like 10 minutes, something like that. He just has to wait for the ink to dry.
Fair enough. Who thinks that they would be the first downstairs?
Probably Jack.
Fair enough. In that case then, Jack, as you come back into the tap room waiting for the rest of your party to join you, you see someone waiting for you at one of the far booths.
Do I recognize who it is?
Oh yeah.
Well, you guys slept in.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Azazel.
You don't lie to my face.
It's not a lie.
You all seem like you were enjoying yourselves last night.
You were watching?
I was. I stood at that wall for most of it. You guys just never noticed.
Oh, well, my apologies. If I did, I would have invited you in. You're one of the party, so...
Reason why I didn't make myself noticed.
Not a fan of having fun?
No. You know me. Fun is my middle name.
No, why wouldn't you if you wanted to join it?
I think I would have brought some other people's fun a bit down, so good to see people enjoying themselves for once.
Understand?
What have you guys been up to? It's been a hot minute.
2 days.
2 days is a hot minute, so.
Just got over here who have been Burgermaster's wife, Burgermaster from that sect.
Are we killing the Burgermaster now?
The other 10 is Burgermaster. With a task they were given.
That's what we're working on right now.
Right now we have some time to kill before that. Say I wanted to go back to that coffin house for some closure. We're not going to hit that today.
Very smart to do, absolutely.
As well as we're going to go to talk with the Burgermaster of this town.
Fair enough, don't let me hold you back. I'll be coming and going.
Did on your end go well?
Oh, it went fantastic.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to ask what you were doing? If not,
Yeah, your mom.
Not expecting that one.
Yeah, no, either did I. I was trying to think of something else because it's kind of unoriginal, but no, I'm setting things up to hopefully better give better intel to the group on how to move forward with your plans.
Appreciate that.
No, thank me yet. I don't know if it's working.
Doesn't need to work. You try. Which means you put forward an effort. Just for that. Not that.
You're the thought that counts type of guy.
Something wrong with that?
I never did. You're the one who said it, not me. I just said, "Oh, you're the thought that counts kind of guy." Why are you reading? You're doing a lot of reading this morning, and I don't think I think you need to wake up a bit more before you start trying to be therapeutic for people.
I honestly do. It's been a long time. It was a burst of relaxation yesterday, and quite honestly, it's been a little weird now. Don't like it.
Yeah, that's fair. So don't mind me. I'm awake. I'm ready to go. I'm just figuring out what you all were doing, and I'm waiting for Saya to wake up for her to yell at me, and be back to normal for a day or two.
Alrighty. If you need it, then just let me know. Just gonna
Need a lot of things.
Start listening.
Well, I don't think any of them you can procure.
Yeah, we don't know unless I know.
Well, again, you know what I want to do and what I need to do that, but you're not wanting to. So we're back to 360 here.
Fair enough. I thought you were going to be saying something else.
What did you thought I was going to say?
I don't know, like you needed a rod, or you needed like a hammer or something.
I need someone's leg.
I can make you
No, I need that guy's leg. I just put some random dude in the
I'm not a person's leg for you.
Well, you wouldn't be able to do it.
You don't need a person's leg.
You have no idea what I need. You asked, and therefore I told you, so therefore you do know I need one.
I'm gonna need a really good reason why you're gonna need someone's leg for me to go try to cut off someone's leg.
You didn't ask for the reason, you just asked me what I needed. My part of the bargain's done. To you now to fulfill said fulfillment.
It's too early for this.
He's
just gonna sit down next to his ass.
Indeed it is, sir. Indeed it is.
I'd probably say that when it comes to order of coming down, obviously people can disagree with me, but I think Irina and Aurora are probably going to be the last down, with maybe Sonder just before them because he's gift wrapping.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So we'll have a trickling of people. Mm-hmm. So Amira's coming down next.
Well, just because her and Jack were sharing like the big shared room, so she'd probably heard him like milling about in the morning, and then she'd have gotten up and got ready and come down.
Fair enough. So you probably then come down, Amira, not necessarily hearing all of the conversation, but you can see Jack talking to Azazel. And it's like, Azazel's back.
Have a fun trip?
The best. It's quiet. If I needed it. But now I've got a miracle back in my life, so therefore what can go wrong? Okay, that's silent. Love that. That's, hi everyone.
I'm waking up. Back off.
No, I won't.
I'm gonna say when Saya comes into the room and sees Azazel back, a silent sigh. Like she's preparing herself mentally. And then she looks at him and goes, "You, me, and Aurora, we need to talk later on."
Okay.
Oof. Good luck with that.
What, somebody pregnant?
No.
No.
You guys made this really ominous. Like, again, why is everyone doing this first thing in the morning? Like, I'm really confused.
And Saya's just gonna sit down and ignore.
Yeah, I knew I should have left for the third day.
When Aurora finally gets down there, she's gonna just give Azazel a big hug.
How's
Mood.
it going? See, this is how you say good morning, people. We three of us need to talk because there's some issue going on. We're saying, hey, let me help you, let me grab something. I say I need someone's leg, and then you tell me no.
Why do you need someone's leg?
Again, that's not my part of the bargain. I was asked what I needed, and I said what I needed, and that was it.
I mean, I could get you a leg if you need it.
I need that guy's leg. What did he get?
What did he do?
It doesn't matter. I need his right leg.
Sorry, I only remove left.
That's perfect then. I'll just switch the toes around.
Well, good morning to you.
Thank you. Morning. Not good to be back.
Well, I'm glad to have you back.
Apparently we need to talk. It's be you and Saya. Apparently one of you are pregnant.
He, like, quirks an eyebrow, like, curiously looks at Saya, like, what's going on?
Nobody's pregnant. I just said we need to talk. Simple.
Nothing is simple with you.
I want to say when Sonder opens the door and sees Azazel is back, he kind of immediately rushes over and, like, brings Azazel into a big hug.
A big brain.
Just kind of, like, lifts him off the floor a little bit and is just like, I was really worried about you! And he just gently puts him back down and just, like, pulls away and, like, keeps him at, like, arm's length, but is like looking down at him. He has this very big smile on his face. I'm so glad you're okay. I was worried about you.
See, again, this is how you say good morning to people. So, yeah, thank you, Big Brain. I appreciate it. I'm fine. I'm just trying to do some stuff for the party behind the curtain. But, so, I don't know how long I'll be staying or if I'll be going, so kind of figuring out as we see. I got a day off, so figured I'd come back for a bit and see people's reactions. And so far, everyone's reactions, it's been 100% what I expected.
Well, thank you for helping us doing whatever you're doing. But if you could just let us know next time if you're alive, I would really appreciate that.
If I wasn't alive, I wouldn't be able to tell you, so that might be hard to do.
If you could just, I don't know, are you good with birds?
Eating them, yes.
'Cause you can always send a carrier bird with just like a little message or something being like, "Hi, it's Azazel and I'm not dead." Just to make sure. It would ease a couple of our minds at least.
I will try to find a bird capable of doing so, but no promises.
It's the fact that you tried that matters. And just gives him like a pat on the back and like gestures towards his seat again. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pick you up. I got really excited.
That's fine. That's again, everyone's reactions were what I expected, so I was prepared. But thank you.
Is Irina also in the room? Since
Yes.
Aurora's here?
She came, like, after you put him back down, Irina will go over to Azazel and not give him a hug, but there's definitely, like, she'll wrap an arm or wrap a hand around his forearm, and just give it a bit of a light squeeze. It's good to see you. And
Nice to see you as well.
for the sake of everyone, including Jack, you're looking at the newest creation of Irina, and it's Irina. For your reference, Azazel, Aurora has obviously covered Irina's face in makeup to try and, like, disguise her features, but it's been done in such a way that it is so obvious that it's Irina wearing makeup. That it's like, it's just Irina.
Do we even need to roll for that?
No, because I'm basing it off of your passive perceptions, and you can tell that this is Irina.
I'm gonna kind of look. I'm like, everything's great. I feel like we're wasting a lot of money on makeup. Why don't we just get an item that just fixes your face?
I mean, if you have the money to spend on a magical item that can change my
Who
appearance.
said anything about money?
We're not stealing.
I never said I was stealing. Wow, that's hurtful. See, that your thought, that counts. That hurts.
We're not purchasing or stealing. How are
I'm
we going to
not.
be acquiring this?
Liberating. For the cause.
Although, admittedly, you do all see that Irina's face, like, does fall a little bit, where it's like, okay, so today wasn't a success. I'm going to go back upstairs and put on something a little more concealing.
Just put a mask on. You'll be fine. You look great. It's just not the best day.
And there was a bit of a bounce in her step as she came down with Aurora, and now, like, it's almost like a little bit of air has been let out of the ball. It's like a little bit deflated as she heads back up the stairs to the living quarters.
Nice work, everyone.
Don't worry, I have a plan. And Sonder just holds up his little bundle.
You're going to suffocate her?
No, I made her a present.
Continue?
I made her a friendship bracelet. And I put a little note in there, and I made the wrapping paper myself. And he kind of just holds it out proudly.
Oh, you're fixing... Oh, I flipped what you were fixing. No, that's very nice. I think that she's going to love it.
I hope so. I thought very hard about what kind of colors to use for her. So I hope she likes them.
I think it's gonna be perfect, big brain.
Just gives Azazel a smile and kind of like nudges his hip like against the chair that Azazel's on.
So, about liberating something to make our lives way easier.
No, we're not stealing, Azazel.
And still have yet to say the word steal. It's called liberating. It's for a good
No,
cause.
it's
And
called theft.
it's not.
Just because you use a synonym for it doesn't change what it is.
So if we steal it from someone who's already stole it. Therefore, it's liberating. And we just haven't returned it yet.
First things first, do you know someone who's already stole something like this?
Yes.
He's at the magic shop in town.
Yeah. I'm sure there's somebody else, but maybe.
Do they own a magic shop in a town?
I'm figuring that out as I go.
If you need someone to steal something,
Again?
I could be assistance.
It's not stealing, it's liberating. There's a few more syllables. I know it's hard for everybody, but it's liberating.
Either way, I could help you.
Okay, we do need to talk. You're agreeing with me. This is terrifying.
I mean, it's for Irina, so just kind of
Well-
shrugs like,
Azazel puts his hands on the table like, hold on. I need to leave more often. Hold on. I need that man's left and right leg. I'm going to walk out the door. And then wait 2 minutes and come back. Damn it.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry, written character. I'm just saying. I've stolen things in the past. It's kind of been my job for as long as I live, so.
Well, leader, fearless leader.
I'm not condoning such actions.
You're not. Neither do I. I don't condone stealing.
I don't.
No, it's liberating.
Exactly.
This is not the liberty I have signed up for.
But we're going to spread it. Like very thick jam.
Yeah, now I'm uncomfortable with this conversation and I'm getting coffee. Anybody else want any?
Yes, please.
oh, I would love a cup of tea. That would be fantastic.
So liberating. That's beautiful. Okay, did I find someone while I was gone for that? I haven't asked you yet, but it popped into my head.
Not that you're aware of.
No? Alright, well that's the next job. That's another day's issue, finding where one of these are.
Yeah, because Valaki doesn't have a magic shop, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no magic shop here, right?
No.
No.
I was gonna
No.
say.
But I feel like I'm gonna find out and figure out who does, or who has an item that I can liberate that is basically the hat of disguise.
The best odds that we currently know of is there is a crazy wizard living somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
I'll just
living off.
liberate that.
We'll figure it out. It's fine.
I'm telling you. Very good.
Saya's gonna get up with Amira to make a coffee. Essentially, she's only making coffee for herself, but she didn't want to be like, yeah, I want one too.
I mean, I'm just going up to the bar and ordering it, so.
Well, yeah, okay, that too.
There's literally a pot right in front of both of you. I've been here for a while, and I expected everyone to drink coffee. If mine not good enough, I'm hunt more now.
I just don't trust the coffee that you have.
What? It's not like I've been gone for 2 days planning all of your demise.
I'm sorry, Zazel. I just don't really like coffee. It's a bit too bitter for me.
Oh, I know. I know. I also was going to get you milk, but I wasn't sure if that would be insulting.
You already wish I was dead, so I wouldn't be surprised.
You're already dead. I don't need a wish for that.
Deader.
Dead.
Well, thank you for the offer, Azazel. It was very kind of you.
I know. Apparently it's the thought that counts, so.
It does. You tried. And you tried your best, and that's all we can ask for.
And you guys are wholesome in the morning.
It kind of raises an eyebrow. I'm like this all the time.
Also valid. Say it, because you're loving to make things ominous. When are we talking?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Perfect.
I just want it between you, me, and Aurora, though. Nobody else.
Okay.
Well, except... She kind of looks at Jack, because Jack's kind of been the one that she's been leaning on. Never mind.
If you guys need a private place to talk, you can just use our room. He mentioned, like, gestures to Saya. It's half of it's yours anyways, so just do whatever you need to do. Just please don't kill each other. I like all of you alive, please.
I'm not healing if anybody breaks a bone.
Why? It's going to be a great conversation. We're going to be fine. I know about what's going on already.
I'm just a tad worried. I do have one spell that would work, but I, only really have it for once today. And if we're going back to the coffin shop, I'd like to keep it just in case.
Well, apparently we're not talking right now anyways, so...
I mean, if you want to get it over with, we can. Before we go.
No offense, I truly don't care.
I'd rather get it over with before we leave.
Fine. She's gonna look at Sonder. Would you terribly mind if you made good berries for later? Just in case?
He kind of just gives her a soft smile and, like, pulls her into a bit of a side hug, like, just very gently. It was already on my mind. You have nothing to worry about.
Thanks.
Of course. No harm done.
She gets up and she looks over at Aurora and Azazel. Let's go.
To see the wizard, the what? Oh, never mind, sorry. Wrong movie.
As they get up, Aurora would grab some of the coffee from the pot, as Azazel mentioned, and just say, okay, we're going.
Once the three of them have gone upstairs, and it's just the rest sitting down at the table, I got a silver on Saya saying something that she shouldn't have, and getting very, very emotionally upset about it, and Azazel walking out of there with a smug asshole look on his face.
That's not a fair bet. No matter what happens up there, Azazel's gonna be walking out with a smug asshole smirk on his face.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope everybody's fine in the end. That's what I'm hoping.
There we go.
It feels...
I will take your bet because that is a sure win for me.
It's not a bet. I don't feel exactly comfortable betting on our friend's emotional stability at the moment. I think everybody's tensions are a little bit high and Saya's going through a bit of a rough patch right now. So I will abstain from the bet. I just hope that everybody gets what they need from the interaction and nobody gets hurt and that everybody has their blood on the inside of their body.
I mean, seriously, if somebody comes down with broken bones, I am not healing them.
Aurora has lay on hands. She can deal with it.
Saya's been through a lot. She's learning a lot. I have good hopes for this.
I hope so too. Honestly, if the three of them, well, technically, if if Azazel and Saya can see eye to eye, or get a little bit of closure from this, and smooth some things over, that's kind of the best thing that we can ask for in this situation.
Let's just make sure we're just listening in and keeping our ears peeled. Because if we start hearing knives or electricity or anything, we're probably gonna have to go in it to break it up.
Oh, I'm keeping an ear out for a lot of shouting. If it's just Saya, then I'm not exactly bothered. But if it's Saya and Azazel yelling at each other, then I will get up and we can break up the fight.
Roar's in there.
Yep.
Fight breaks out. Aurora has a good heart. She'll be able to handle it. But if a fight does break out, or the argument starts to rise, it's on Say and Azazel to simmer it out.
Maybe it's actually just what they need. Just to hit each other a few times.
If you have a hot piece of metal, gotta hit it with a hammer to get to where it needs to go. Can't forge metal cold. Well, you can, it just takes a lot more force.
I don't like the idea of hitting my friends, but if that's what works,
I'm not saying they actually need to hit each other, just saying they might just need to argue.
Expression, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs first.
Sandra kind of just shifts uncomfortably a little bit, but nods. He's just kind of like eyes shooting to the door every time it opens, kind of just waiting for Irina. He's just like, I'm too anxious for this.
So I think what would happen is, as a cross paths kind of thing, Irina would cross paths with Saya, Azazel, and Aurora as they're being taken into the private room. And if anything, Irina has gone the complete opposite. Whereas Aurora, you made her look very feminine, and although the makeup was beautiful and made her look very pretty, it didn't hide the fact that it was Irina. Whereas now she's gone almost the full opposite of padding out her clothing with extra padding to make her look broader and taller, more muscular. She's wearing her breastplate, but she's wearing it looser with padding underneath to make her look larger, and she's wearing the helmet that Jack had modified. So almost all of her skin is covered, and all of her face is covered. It's incredibly conspicuous, but at the very least, you can't tell it's Irina just by looking at her anymore. And it's this state that she comes down into the tap room.
So we don't recognize her when she comes in.
You do, because it's Irina's armor and it's the helmet that Jack got for her. But it's very much that idea of you can't instantly tell it's Irina because you can't really see her face. But you know it's her because you know her armor.
Sandra will kind of just wiggle excitedly in his seat. He does a very poor job of hiding his excitement.
So what did I miss?
Sarah and Azazel are gonna kill each other.
Well,
They're not
okay,
gonna
no.
kill each other. They're just gonna go up and have a conversation.
They're going to have a talk about what happened last night and get a little bit of answers. And hopefully, no fight breaks out. But it is Saya and Azazel, and they know how to get on each other's nerves. So there's about a 50-50 chance.
I think it's more Azazel knows how to get on Saya's nerves. And Saya just doesn't know how to stay quiet. He constantly just goes at her.
Just a bit.
Those
But-
two mix pretty much as well as water does to an oil fire.
A little bit. I think they're just. They don't really see eye to eye, and I don't think any of them really know how to deal with that correctly. Because Azazel likes to poke fun and cause mischief, and Saya kind of just reacts exactly how Azazel wants her to. So, they kind of just bounce off of each other a little bit. But anyways, he just turns to Irina with a very big smile on his face. I have something for you. And he hands her the little parcel.
There's definitely a look of confusion, as you can see, like the slight tilt of an eyebrow, as this is Irina, as she looks down at the parcel that you've given her, taking off the little lid, she looks down, and it takes her a second to figure out what is actually in front of her. But then, as soon as she realizes what it is, you can see her smile and her eyes lighting up, like, even through the tiny little slits of this helmet. And she just, like, tears at the little wrapping paper.
She'll find, like, a small, like, card, that is very obviously cut with a dagger. It's a little bit, like, it's a little warbly on the ends, but in Saunders, like, a little bit like, you know when you write between print and cursive? A little bit like hard to read at first, but it's like a beautiful, what was I gonna say? It says, a beautiful bracelet of flowers for a beautiful friend. I hope this makes you happy.
Oh, and immediately she puts the bracelet on. She tucks it under the sleeve of her shirt, but it's very, like, it's there and it sits perfectly on her skin, and she's just there like, I wasn't expecting you to get it done that quickly. This is amazing.
He kind of blushes a little bit and fiddles with like a part of his armor, and he just kind of looks down. I had a lot of time, and I was very excited, and I wanted to do something special for you. So I'm very glad that you like it.
I love it,
What
Sonder.
is it?
He got me
What is
this.
it?
And she just, like, holds out her wrist and, like, lets the bracelet fall down. It's essentially like a stringer bracelet.
Oh, pretty.
I picked red because of the cloak that you wore when we first met you. It seemed like your color, and it brings out the tones in your eyes and shines very nicely on your back when you have it. And I picked silver because of your rapier and also your quick wit and your sharp tongue. And I picked purple because purple is my favorite color, and it is technically a friendship bracelet, so I thought it would look very nice to complement with the red in the silver.
Oh, it's a friendship bracelet.
He just kind of nods a bit shyly, like playing with the end of his braid. It's
Very
been
sweet.
It's been quite a while since I've made one, so I'm just glad it looks acceptable.
She actually physically gets up and pulls you into this hug. It's just like,
Aw.
thank you so much, Sander. It is beautiful.
He will enthusiastically return the hug, just kind of like pressing her gently into his chest, with his tail kind of flicking happily behind him. Of course, of course. If you ever want another one, I can definitely make more. Whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy.
And she gives you a small smile, and you can see a little bit of a blush creeping in, like, through the crack in the helmet. But she goes to sit and finally actually eat some breakfast.
Yes, he needs the protein, especially if we're gonna fight, possibly.
But heading upstairs to the private bedroom.
Okay. This is why everyone came to session, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
Drama.
The popcorn is here.
I'm truly with Azazel not knowing what the fuck's going on.
Okay. So once they get in the room, Saya's gonna close the door after like kind of letting Azazel and Aurora go in.
Better lock it.
Does she lock it? No, it's not locked. No need to lock it. And she turns around. And she's staring at Azazel for a minute. I want you to be clear on something. I don't want you to give any wisecrack remarks. I don't want you to hide it with humor. I just want a straight answer. Did Aurora leave her sister behind?
Straight answer, no, nothing. Right? That's what you were asking for?
She turns and looks at Aurora. Tell him what you told me before.
I told her what happened. That
Yeah.
I was the one who made the choice.
Well, if you want my true answer, I don't know. I didn't see it. I only could see Aurora.
She's Aurora just kind of yeah, Saya kind of turns to the side for a minute. Well, she doesn't turn, but her head turns to the side, and she looks down. I'm sure you and Aurora talked about this before, though, didn't you?
Not really. I told her to suck it up, and we had shit to do.
But you should have talked about it.
Why?
Because I need to know.
Why do you need to know?
I don't know, Azazel. You tell me. I keep going around calling you some kind of murderer when maybe you're not.
Maybe I am.
Don't start.
I'm not starting anything.
You didn't see Aurora.
I saw Aurora, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I ran over her sister's body. I didn't run over it, but I ran around it. Because I needed to get out. And I yelled at Aurora to that she's gone and to leave, and then they came running. Hell, since going to be all brutally honest, I thought about closing the door on everybody. Don't give any shouts, don't get any second thoughts, because who am I to say to leave your family behind? Close everybody in. Should have done that, apparently. No offense. How do you know I'm not a murderer? Just because I didn't murder this one, how do you know I haven't murdered in the past? How do you know I still won't do it?
I fully still think you're going to turn us over to Strahd, but that's a different story at the moment.
I mean, that's where I could have been the last 2 days.
DM, is it possible for Saya to roll a history check to see if she can actually remember of what Aurora's telling her? To know, or like see if, or insight check or whatever?
Well, what are you as the player struggling to remember? Oh,
You're muted.
I didn't
by the
realize
way.
I was muted. That's fair enough. I started talking. What are you as the player struggling to remember right now? What are you struggling to come up with an answer for?
Just to try not to make Azazel out as the bad person anymore.
Okay, so what you saw in the moment is not a lot, because a lot of people went unconscious at the same time.
Right.
So you going unconscious because someone is biting you in the neck was the same time that Valdis went unconscious, at the same time that TS went unconscious. There's a lot of things that happened in that one round. So technically, you don't know what happened in that room. You just woke up surrounded by dead bodies.
And Saya's just been assuming, right?
And Saya's been assuming this entire time. Until Aurora told you yesterday that she made the choice of her own free will to leave. Azazel didn't force her, she made the choice. And that has put Saya in a bit of a tailspin.
Okay. He kind of looks again at them. Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what?
Well, I've been going around saying these things all this time, especially Aurora. You've heard me say these things. Why wouldn't you tell me?
We did.
Not hard enough.
I can't answer something that I'm not fully aware of. If I don't know why you have been so angry at him, then I can't address that properly.
What do you mean by not hard enough?
Because you weren't
What?
really defending yourself.
Why would I?
Because you're just letting me blame you as if that's gonna make everything better when it just makes everything worse.
Okay, so who didn't try hard enough then?
I know you want me to say me. I'm not going to, though.
No, I don't care what you blame me for. I truly don't.
You should!
Why? What you think of me means nothing to me. How you see me, how you think of me, doesn't change what I am or who I am or what I do. Would it make life easier? Sure. But
Don't you think the truth matters?
what the hell's the truth? For a while, the truth was I was a murderer that I was plotting to get all of you killed. That was your truth for a while. Whether it be the actual real truth, who knows? What is my truth? I don't even know. Maybe I am doing all that, so maybe I'm the one lying. You're the one who's been telling the truth. Yes, it's complicated. It's not cut and dry. I don't... Look, you went through some trauma. We all did that day. You died. And everyone's going to go through it in a different manner. Some people can get right up from it and just keep on working. Other people are going to see things over and over and over again, and they're going to get something in their mind that this is it, and nothing you're going to say or do will ever be enough, and because this is how I'm going to be. And everyone's just going to have to get over their trauma the way they need to. So me trying to hit you and yell at you and tell you you're wrong, isn't going to help. Now, some people need that. Sure, you're not one of those people.
What I'm saying is if you had just let Aurora talk to you about it and then finally tell me what really happened that day, then maybe all of this conflict could have been avoided.
Did.
You didn't.
He did. I didn't care. You were yelling at me. Alright, why should I care? Tell me. Well, why should I care?
Because aren't we traveling together?
Mm-hmm.
We may not be close or anything, and we're not friends. We're not even acquaintances. But this world is eating us alive. So shouldn't we trust each other?
If you want to trust me, trust me. Nothing says you can't. Nothing says I can't trust you. That's a personal thing to give. No one just gets trust. No one just gets respect. You have to earn it. So if I haven't earned your trust, you don't trust me. If you want to trust me, you can fucking look at Aurora right here. Full-fledged trusts me, even though everyone was calling me a murderer and I'm an asshole and that I'm plotting to hand you all over for Strahd. Correct me if I'm wrong. You may not trust me. That's a valid point too. I get the sense you do.
I definitely would not have done the things that I've done if I didn't trust you.
Mm-hmm. So look at that. There's somebody who it actually happened to, who they actually lost somebody, and they gave me that trust, even though you saw it from a whole other perspective, that you didn't trust me, and I'm going to hand you over. There's still nothing saying that I'm not going to do that. It may be for my best interest. It may be for your best interest.
Faye just kind of puts her hands on her head for a minute.
So, you said something. This place is tearing us apart. Beautiful. It's not. I feed off of this place. I've learned what it is. And I will feed off of it to survive.
She kind of just turns and looks back at Aurora. Why did you leave her? Why would you make that decision to leave your sister behind? Is it because he told you to?
It's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, Saya. It wasn't just because he said so. I was hurt. If I had gone back, it would have been my body in there too. I did what I could. I spent all my magic, all my powers trying to help everyone already. I tried to heal her. I did everything I could.
But that's your own decision, right? It wasn't because of what he said.
When I was standing on those stairs, Saya, I was fighting with myself. I was taught to retreat when it was needed.
I just want a simple yes or no, Aurora. Did you do what he wanted you to do? Or no? Just yes or no.
He did it for me. I would have died, and I admit I'm scared of that, even if that's my... I was terrified in their sight.
I don't believe this.
I left because his voice, it was the side of my training that I was fighting with too. Do I listen to my survival instincts and run and live and all the training in me? Or do I go back for my sister and die with her in that room?
I'm not
like a scale.
I'm not saying that you didn't have the right to live, because you do. I just wanted to make sure that you leaving Austra was your decision, that he had no influence on it. Yes or no, that's all I'm asking for.
All I can say is my mind was like a scale. But those options weighed out.
That's not an answer!
I can't give you anything even more clear than that, Saya. I know it's not an answer. I left for me and I left to survive. Did what he say influence me? Yes, it did. But it's not because he has me under a spell or anything else, any other sort of control, or even just blind trust. It was the words that I needed to hear. And yes, it tipped those scales, and yes, it is the reason I left. But it wasn't... That's the clearest answer that I can give.
At this point, Zaya backs herself into a corner and she's sliding down and she has her hands on her head. She cannot believe what she is hearing for the first time. She is shocked. Why wouldn't you tell me? Why wouldn't you tell me I was wrong all this time? Why wouldn't you say so?
I didn't know that's what you were holding against him. And for what it's worth, before I left, I called out to anyone who might have still been in there. Valdez had gone back. I was hoping. The last thing I said, the last words I called out in there, was for someone to get her out.
Oh my god. Why did no one tell me? Why did no one tell me? I once told Azazel I didn't want to look at him as a villain, and I had wholeheartedly meant those words. And all this time... But Azazel, you knew too! And you heard what I've been saying, and even though you said otherwise, you never actually sat me down and said, hey, what really happened? Why wouldn't you say something?
I don't have an answer for you.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize for anything.
No. I'm sorry.
I will accept it in hopes that makes you better. But in my eyes, you didn't do anything that I wouldn't expect anybody else to do. I caution you to apologize, because what if you end up being right about me? What if I do end up throwing you all to Strahd? Everybody needs a person to hate, and for a while I was that person. Whether I continue to be that person, I don't know. But everyone needs somebody to hate. Why not me?
If you turn us over to Strahd, that's one thing. But this is a different thing. And it could have been avoided if I had just known the truth. We never sat down after that. We just kept going and going because we had to.
No, I didn't need to stop. I didn't need to talk through it. I told Aurora that if she needs to get over it, and we need to continue on. I didn't say anything to you because I figured you would do whatever you need to do, and you were doing it. So if you needed this, I guess I will apologize in not offering it to you. I hope this helps. I'm sorry I'm not going into the emotional side effects that you are going through, which is perfectly fine, but I had no issues with how you were talking about me. It annoyed the fuck out of me sometimes, and you fucked some things up for me, but you were doing what you needed to do.
And at this point, Saya is full on trembling. And she's like holding herself. But she cannot look at Aurora or Azazel and refuses to.
Okay, fine, fuck it. You're in a quarter right now, right?
Yep.
We're gonna walk over to you, the quarter. You're kind of just heads down, just trying not kind of look at me. Oh, fuck it. Fine. I'm gonna take a book. No, out of Big Brain's book. I'll just put my arms around you and just hug you. It's gonna be okay. There.
Aurora would follow.
We'll find that gem that's so thick we have to spread it.
And she's quiet. She is. And then she just lets it go. She is now full on sobbing. Full on sobbing. Me too. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Let it out. Just go ahead. Be what you need to be right now. It's fine. You're in a safe space. For now. I warn you right now. I know you're in a very vulnerable place. I'm not going to change. I'm still going to be an asshole. But no, I do it because I don't know any other way.
I still think you're gonna turn us over to Strahd, but at least I know one thing's better.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely turning you into Strahd.
And she's gripping onto Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora will like help hold her and everything.
And her other hand is on Azazel, just kind of gripping him, and her head, despite Azazel being in front of her, her head is kind of like in between Aurora and Azazel, and she's just like, no. I wish I knew in the beginning. Why did it take me so long to figure this out? Or to even be told?
It all happens for a reason. Some of them are beyond us.
I know Jack told you about the coffin shop. And it's for my own clarity.
In what aspect? You like to see the bodies?
No. I need to go back for my own personal.
What are you trying to find?
The vampires.
No, we're not. No. Just cry more. That will fix everything. Just cry more here. We're not. Let's not do that. I don't need you learning things that are gonna hurt you more.
I need to. I need to do this.
You think you do, but you're gonna hurt a lot of other people. You don't want to do that, and I don't. Please don't make me know. There's some things better left unknown for at least a little while. Just a little while. We can kill the vampires, or don't do anything else. Don't go snooping around or asking them anything, okay?
I want to kill them.
That's it? So you're not gonna try to interrogate them or find out anything, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Alright, we kill, no one asks any questions, no one interrogates anything. Be perfect. Everyone wins in that situation. You're being weird, not me.
And she just kind of pushes them both away from her so that she can get up.
No, you're stuck here. I smell it go.
I don't want to be in this crowd anymore.
Nope, you're in the corner now. That's fine. We'll kill the vampires. We don't ask questions. We don't look for things we don't want to know, and then we get out. Yeah, great, awesome. I'm not gonna die again. Say that to you, Roy. Please don't be asking questions while you're there or looking for anything. Not right now.
I have no intention to.
Good.
I'd really rather not go back. She's like really pale, blood like drained from her face at the idea of going back.
Good, awesome. Yes, don't be. Yes, perfect. That's good. Good. Make sure no one looks. No one asks questions.
You guys can go down. I'll join you in a few minutes.
The last time I left you alone, you went and did something stupid. No offense. Now I'm holding a grudge against you, so no.
I promise. I'll be right down.
I'm an asshole.
I'm not gonna go anywhere. Even if I did, you'll see me before I do anything.
Wow, that's behind my head. How did you find out about that? What?
I just need a couple minutes to myself. Please. This is a lot to take in.
Sure, fine. Everything we talked about not asking questions while we're there, we just keep that in the room, yeah? I don't want anyone else to get any big ideas.
Agreed.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. This has been a great conversation. I can tell it took a lot out of you. Take as much time as you need. I'm gonna go downstairs and... Ooh. Hold on, I need to flip a coin. I'm gonna grab a coin and I'm gonna flip a coin and be like... Tails. Okay, never mind. We're good. Never mind. I wanna head out. Do you need anything else from me?
No. We're
Is
good.
there water in here?
No.
Damn it. Alright, hold on, I gotta rub my eyes really bad. Aurora, are they really red right now like I've been crying?
No.
Damn it, hold on, I'm gonna rub them a little hard. How about now?
They're getting there.
Perfect, okay. Alright.
Do you have any pocket sand? Now would be the time to use it.
I saved that for a better occasion, thank you.
Zazel purposely just punches himself in the face. Gives himself a black eye, starts crying.
I'll walk out as I'm going back towards like the tap room, just start sniffing, rubbing my eyes.
It's the Oran High School Host Club with the teardrop.
I'll go back to the tap room, just really sniffly and like tears, and try like rubbing my eyes.
The moment Jack sees Zazel, there's just gonna be a look of bullshit.
Aurora's like trying to bite back like a smile, like her own amusement at that.
Bartender, you're strong as hell, please.
Sonder is fully buying it 100%. It just comes over like a dad and just like pulls Azazel into a hug, and just like, you know, rubbing his back and just like giving him pats, like, it's okay, I'm so proud of you, you did so great.
You hear so like just between sounds like, I thought I was gonna be a dad.
I'm glad nobody took that bet.
Just passed, and he's like, well, it's probably for the best that it's not here, but once we get out of here, you can do whatever you want.
Or whoever you want.
How did he do that?
Well, once we're out of here and we're all settled and everyone's alive, you can have as many kids as you want.
Oh, thank you. I'm all better. You did a lot for me. Thank you.
He just kind of like, he just very gently like runs his thumbs underneath Azazel's eyes and just like gives him a very gentle smile and just, I'm very glad I could help.
Thank you.
Gives him one more big hug and then goes over to hug Saya as well.
Sonder, you go to rub his face and his cheeks are dry.
Saya's not down there yet.
It's
As
fine.
soon as he comes down there, he's getting a massive hug from him. But yeah, he'll kind of just look a little bit quizzically, but in his mind he's like, oh, he already dried his face, and it's just the after a really hard cry sniffles, so he just kind of like gently pats Azazel's cheek.
I'm better. I'm good. Oh man, that was a rough one.
Well, I'm glad that everything has been settled, and that we're not at each other's throats anymore. I'm so
that's
proud
not
of you.
going away.
Well, I'm glad it's less then.
We'll find out. Well, we're gonna see how far we can take this. I'm gonna make a break again.
Please don't. That's been.
I'm kidding. We're fine. We're gonna be fine.
Oh, that was a joke. Okay.
You got
Yes.
it. Now that was bad sarcasm on my part.
Just gives Azazel a smile and like ruffles his hair a little bit.
Yeah, that was my bad. Yeah. You should go see Saya in the room. I think they were asking about you.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I will
Yep.
be right back. And he'll
Yep.
just grab the cup of coffee that she
Go
had before.
straight to them. Don't tell us to anything they say. Just give them a big hug and don't let go. They told me to tell you that.
Raises a bit of an eyebrow, but all right. I can definitely do that.
Good.
In the back of his head, he's like, I don't know about this, Chief, but he just smiles, grabs the cup of coffee, and goes upstairs. Just like gently knocks on the door. Saya, it's me. I brought your coffee.
Saya opens the door, and she looks drained, and her eyes are bloodshot red.
Oh, hon, come here. And he kind of just like gently closes the door behind him and pulls her into a massive hug.
She's just quiet with little whimpers coming from her.
He won't really say much of anything. He'll just kind of guide her to like the side of the bed. So he like puts the like mug down on the bedside table and kind of just like gently urges her to sit down. So he can just like rub her back and like give her a little bit of extra support.
I apologize. I apologize to him because I was wrong. I've been wrong all this time, Sonder. But I didn't know. And he didn't tell me till now. I didn't know. And she's just hiding her face.
He kind of just listens to her as she's like sobbing into his shoulder, and he's just slowly nodding along as she's talking. And just very softly, after she's got her bit out, he'll just whisper, "Oh, hon, it was not your fault. If nobody told you, if nobody kept you informed, then it is not your fault." Words have been said on both parties that have hurt each other or garnered a little bit of ill will.
Hello.
But that's in the past. It's alright.
Hello.
You did the best that you could with what you had. And you were trying to protect yourself and your friends. And nobody can fault you for that.
Bastard. But he said that was cute, but also I was like, oh, I've got a missus, and he was like, no. And I was like, no. He's right. Okay, so what I want to get
I was
across
feeling
is
bad
that he
myself.
tried to fuck me. He didn't try to fuck me.
When Aurora really needed.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm not.
Help.
And he still came on to me. Bastard! No, fuck it, because if, hang on. If it was the other way around, and if a straight man you, I would headbutt him.
I now know why Aurora was.
That if a straight woman came on to me, I would headbutt her. And I would headbutt a straight woman for you. Because
Sorry, I read Discord.
Fucking not that. Fucking, that's a grim picture. But, fuck off, dude. Jesus Christ.
She goes,
where the fuck is my photos?
All over the place.
They're not, they're fine.
I know why Aurora felt so bad.
I
should have.
No. But I nearly headbutted someone twice because of you.
I don't know why I acted out the way I did. I had no right.
I can't do this. You've done it. You've done it.
I had no right, Sonder.
It's cold. It's not cold.
And she just keeps saying it. I had no right. I had no right.
You tried to send me
He will kind of
send me a 7-second video.
like put his cloak around her a little bit, kind of as like a makeshift blanket.
a small part
to
of
help
my brain that wants
comfort
to
her a
tell
little
me.
bit.
Yeah, you've got proof. I can't deny it.
I understand.
I probably should do that.
And it's okay to be wrong.
Fuck off. No.
I need you to understand that this does not make you a bad person because you were ill-informed or that you had made assumptions. It happens to everybody. Nobody is perfect. You were doing the best that you could. You were trying to protect your friends.
You got it. You can do this.
I understand
I'm
that
so proud of you.
it's difficult for you to wrap your head around. But it's not your fault. You are not a bad person. A bad person wouldn't be trying to protect the group from somebody else. You were trying to do the right thing. It got muddled up, and things were said, boundaries were crossed, and people were hurt. But we know better now. Everything is sorted out, and there is no ill will between you guys. Everything is okay. You're all right, and nobody hates you. You are loved, and you are treasured. Everything will be okay. Just take a deep breath for me, okay?
She nods and takes a shaken breath in. And she wipes at her eyes again because her eyes are hurting her.
There we go. Take some deep breaths for me, okay? In and out.
I was going downstairs. I was trying to. And she gets up and kind of gives her cloak back to, or his cloak back to Sonder.
You can be up here for as long as you need to. Don't rush putting yourself back together, because it'll only make things worse. You can do whatever you need to do, and if you need to stay up here for a bit, if you need to sip your coffee and breathe for a little bit, open a window, look outside, see the people on the street, count how many blue things that you see. Whatever you need to do to regulate, that is completely fine.
I know what I
whatever you
need
have
to
to
do. I know what I need to do. And it isn't here. And she kind of gets up with that, leaves the cup of coffee behind, and goes out the door and starts going downstairs.
Sonder will just kind of stare at the coffee cup for a while, just like,
Oh, hey.
I really don't like this, but I don't want it to go to waste. And he just takes the cup and just downs it like a shot, and just, his lips kind of pucker and his eyes water a bit at how bitter it is, but he takes the cup downstairs with him and is just like,
I'm gonna be a mutant in a
still hate
second,
coffee?
just to let you know.
Still, oh, Sonder.
he just didn't want it to go to waste.
Once she gets downstairs and she sees everyone, at first she tries to cover her eyes, but there's no sense in doing that because everyone saw her red eyes anyway. And she looks at Azazel and goes, "I'm ready. Let's go."
Azazel, you are muted if you are trying to talk.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, I stepped away for a moment.
She had just come down. Saya had finally come downstairs. She tries to hide her like red eyes, but there's no use in doing that because everyone can see her, and she just looks at Azazel dead in the eyes and goes, "I'm ready. Let's go."
Is everyone else ready?
Sonder will open the door with a bit of a sour face. It looks like he just bit into a lemon. And he just hands the coffee mug back to Danica and comes back to the group like, what did I miss?
Apparently we're leaving.
Did you eat a lemon?
No, but Saya didn't want her coffee, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I drank it. I really don't like it.
You need to put cream in that and sugar. Don't do that, Black. That's disgusting.
I have no appetite this morning. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. He just fiddles around with his pack and grabs a sprig of mint and just chews it for a little bit. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. My stomach might be a little bit upset later, but I will deal with it.
Alrighty. Are we all doing alright? For the most part?
Just give Jack a thumbs up.
Take that as a yes.
Yep, apparently we're going to go kill the vampires at the coffin place. We're not going to ask questions. We're just going to kill. It's worked every time so far.
Not exactly thrilled about going back there, but
yeah, we might want to get ourselves sized for coffins ahead of time. Nah, they're going to eat us. We don't need coffins. Never mind.
Well, it's a coffin shop, so I mean, we're going to the best place then.
Yeah, but we're just gonna get eaten anyways. We really don't really need to worry about much. And if we get all the blood sucked out of you, you're gonna lose a couple of inches. Not that you can lose any more there, Jack, but
Jack's not that short.
I didn't say he was. You did. Well, that's kind of mean, Sonder. Calling him short.
Sonder, I thought better of you.
He just looks very confused. I said he wasn't short.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll move on. Moving on. I still got sand in my eye. I mean, tears in my eye.
Okay.
Shall we? To death? Do us to part?
It was one place I was hoping we could stop first.
Go
Before
up the
we
toilet.
went
Oh,
there.
yes. To liberate. Yeah, that's right.
No, we're not.
No.
Just throw that idea out. No, we are
half
not.
the party agreed with me on that one, so, majority captain or captain.
They
That's
were
bad leadership. Bad leadership if you don't listen to your staff.
It's the same thing as saying bad staff or not listen to the leadership.
No, never works that way. So you're telling me you've never worked at a place and like everyone there was pretty solid except for like the person running it. You're like, damn, fuck that guy, right? You're that fuck. We're saying fuck that guy. You're that guy right now.
Not really, no.
Mm-hmm. Liberation. Where we go?
To the Burgermaster's house.
Burger Master. That's right. All right.
Can I just pick up my order from the tailor on the way?
Liberation. Yeah, it's done.
Say, alright.
Fucking liberating shit out of this place.
We're heading to town today, everyone. So let's make a day out of it.
Just so that you know, Aurora, because obviously you don't have a map in front of you, so you wouldn't know this. If you're going to the Burgomaster's house first, that isn't on the way to the tailor. It is the complete opposite end of town.
Rip.
But you can always go to the tailor on the way to the coffin shop. They're in the same area of town.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, like, as long as I pick up my order before the day is done.
Alright then.
Thunder will offer to go with Aurora.
Yeah, thank you. If we can go get it on the way to the coffin shop. As long as we get it before this evening.
I'll just kind of like put a supportive hand on her shoulder and give her a small knowing smile and just nod.
Alright then. In that case then, is everyone going to the Burgmasters? Or are there some people that are not?
I'm hoping I can liberate some things from this place.
Saya's going.
Yeah, wherever the group goes, Sandra will follow.
I think Irina is going to say to you all that if you come and collect her on the way to the coffin shop, she'll go with you there, but she's not going to go to the Burgomaster's mansion, just in case.
Fully understandable.
The idea of the place being monitored by Lady Watcher, she doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks.
That is alright.
But I think that's actually a really lovely place to end it there. And we will pick back up with the Burgomaster's mansion next week.
That's fine.
Look at us ending at a decent time. Look at us doing the
I
thing.
will liberate the audience from this session.
Oh my god.
All the liberation.
I really want to make a paladin that's all about liberating now.
You're just talking about a helldiver.
Exactly.
But thank you everyone so much for watching this week's episode. You can either watch us live here every Friday on Twitch at 20 Sides of Failure, or you can watch the VOD every Tuesday on YouTube. Same name, same channel. All I've left to say is thank you to my players, and a good night.
Say as a twat.